Right. Is that even working? Hi there. Okay, looks like we're here. Anyways, I got these Koh-I-Noor pencils a while back. Um, I think it was last year. Might have been the year before. There was a while when I was like trying out all kinds of different things. Anything I saw that was crazy, I would try out. Um, and if you're wondering what the deal is, what's the dang deal? What's the dang deal with these Koh-I-Noor pencils? Hang on for a second. There we go. Much better. Yeah, what's the dang deal with these Koh-I-Noor pencils? And the dang deal is that they're all like color mashups. I don't know if you can see this. This one's kind of orange and yellow. This one is blue and red and kind of a grayish green. Um, so they're all kind of mixed up and they have different things there. This is like something little kids would use. But I had the idea that it might be fun to actually kind of treat it seriously and do some sketching with it or do some drawings with it or something and try and take it seriously. So let's do it. I've got, I think it says here I've got 23 plus 1 colors. The color 0 is white and it really is just white. So if I look at this and I can actually use it, it really is just white. So we're going to make a little swatch sheet and I'm going to try and do this there's, by the way, there are also triangles. The shape of it is a triangle. Um, so depending on which plane of the triangle, you might have different tones also. So it's random and unpredictable and yet interesting. So I've got let's get a ruler out. 23, 23 and me. So let's see. Um, I want something a bit more like a pencil. Here we go. So let's figure out what we got going on here. And I want to try out like all three planes, so move that to the side a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the boring part of the live stream. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and we got 23 plus 1, so that's 24. This will be our swatch sheet. And then I'll put the number in it in pen. So this is we'll start with 0. Oh, come on now. This pen needs to start working. 0, and that one's just white. So not a problem. Next up is 2. This one looks like yellow and white mixed together. Or actually, you know what? That's actually just 1. That's 2. This one looks like yellow and darker yellow. What is this? Is this really different? Yeah, this is yellow and white. This one is yellow and yellow. And it is darker. All right, so far, even though it's mixed up, it looks like the same um, colors. This is number 3. And do they look different on the different planes? I can't tell, but it is darker. 4. This one looks like it's got more orange in it. Yeah, totally. All right, okay, so I'm trying to try it on different sides just to see if it gives it any different tones. So far, it looks like these feel kind of standard, although they're very ergonomic. I kind of like the triangle size. It's going to be a nightmare to sharpen these. Um, this one's orange and red. Number 6 is this is red, orange, and gray, I think. Oh, there's an imperfection on the paper too. Yeah, it's got some gray in there. This one, for whatever reason, is that different? Red, yellow, and pink. Slightly different, but doesn't feel that different. This one's mostly red with some dark purple. Well, it's like I would call that a vermilion almost. And there is some purple in it. Let's call that number 8. Number 9. A lot of warm colors. This one's pink and white. Nice pastel color. I had the idea. I was looking at. I have this Pinterest board called. What's it called? Sugar Overload. And it's just. Oh, I don't think I did enough boxes. This one's light blue and red. So normally, what would we call that? Purple? Kind of a light fuchsia or purple. Let's put an 11 down here. Oh, because we have 0, so that's number. This is the 12th one. It's just we started at 0. So this is number 11, which is red and purple. And I'm kind of trying, at this point, I'm trying to draw it with light and then like try out the different planes to see if it's different. That almost came out like a really dark there. So that's 11. So let's try 12. This is purple and pink. Like a lot of times when you're layering colored pencils, you're trying to layer in. Is there a number 13? There is a number 13. You're trying to layer in different colors to get different nuances and depth. This one is dark blue and light blue together. It's very subtle, but there is both light blue and dark blue in this one. This one is same but more dark blue. This one's called 14, I bet. Yep. So for sharpening, I'm wondering what I'm going to do. Almost got a range in there. This one's blue and purple. And the blue is very dark. Look, I almost got a gradient just moving it around. That's 15. 16, for some reason we went from blue and then we went back to yellow, but this one is actually light blue and yellow. Is this supposed to give us, it does give us a kind of a green yellow. It's giving us an interesting mix here. 16. I wonder what drawings will come out looking like. They should come out looking kind of weird, if we stick to our schema. I have to admit, I'm having a lot of fun kind of exploring color because I've never been good at color. This one looks like green and yellow with a hint of blue. Not, it's not far off from. Some of 16. 18. This one is green. I actually like this shade of green a lot. There's a wonderful quote by Picasso where he says, "They never will sell you that green. They'll sell you this sap green or olive green or forest green, but never the green you want. It's never that green." This one's like a brown red. It's got some ochres and umbers in it. And that one's number 20. I really like that one. This one's a brown one. Looks like a couple. This looks like umber and ochre or sepia. Look at that. There's several different colors in this guy. Let's call that 21. And then this one is browns and oranges, so it's kind of a warm. Call it 22. And they give you a white but no black, so that would be this would be the black. It looks like black and gray kind of mixed up. So it's got like a warm gray and a cool gray. That's almost a black. But it's also got a light gray, so there it is. There's 23. All right, so now we have our swatch sheet that we're going to keep inside. Like we'll keep it inside this. It'll live inside there. But let's try drawing something. Let's do something. Do something, man. And I'm just going to warn you that we could be witnessing a failure. I'm not good at color. I'm not good at colored pencils. It's not really my medium, but I've decided, what I like to do is challenge myself and try out different things. So let's see. Can I get this to where it shows the whole page? Maybe. Um, I don't normally use the tape, but I started using it recently and I've liked the effect. Like it keeps really sharp edges on your colored pencil stuff. And when I didn't use it, I regretted it. All right. I could try and do a space scene, but I don't have enough dark blues and purples, but I've got some. I got a dark blue. I tried to use my pastel tints. They're colored pencils that are pastel colors to do like a space scene, and I'll show you the galaxy one I did. I like the effect, but I think I failed at it. I didn't go dark enough. So here it is. And then this was using the tape, and I ripped it a little bit here, so I'm going to have to watch out for that. But I like this really subtle gradation in the pink and the orange with purple. And I'd like to do, something a little bit more along those lines. I don't know, we'll see. Now, what's the best subject for drawing a colored pencil drawing? I'm going to go on Pinterest. And I'm looking for something fairly simple. Like we want something that doesn't have a ton of colors in it, but it's got enough colors in it. Um, and oops, and something that won't look, won't be too painful to draw. Maybe like a simple a bug or something like that. I have a board on Pinterest called Fantasy Nature, which is pretty good. How's my greens looking? Well, my greens are looking pretty good. My greens and my oranges. All right. I used to love looking at those kind of like colorful beetles and things. So I'm looking at stuff. How about a toad? It's toad. Everybody likes toads. And they come in all shapes and sizes and colors. So here's a toad. All right, so first we're going to try and draw it a little bit in pencil. I've got this HB lead. I think it might look better if I did it this way. All right. All right, here we go. It doesn't really have a nose. I mean, I know toads have that kind of. Something like that. And then a little toad butt looking area. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten it. Tell you what, let's do this. We're gonna take the toad picture, open image and new. Oh, see, I've gone once I zoomed in a little bit. It's a little bit easier. All right. So these cheap sketchbooks, the paper is actually okay. In my opinion, not bad. Because I've used it for gouache at this point and like watercolor crayon with water, you know. So I've done what's not meant to be done with it, and it seemed to survive. I'm really hoping the mail comes in today. Okay. Thank you. All right, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay. Now, just looking at the picture, hang on for a moment. Just looking at the picture, I'm thinking, okay, so the darkest area is going to be the shadow underneath. The lightest area, he's got kind of a mottled. Oh, the eyes. Yeah. Oh, let's fix those eyes. I really like the toad eyes, the frog eyes. And he's kind of a sand-colored toad, but we can choose any kind of colors we want for this little fella. Um, we can even do a background, which might be fun. He's got kind of some stripy patterns on his legs. In my opinion, toads are brown, which would put us over here. But we could use brown and purple. So let's start with the lightest colors. And I think the lightest color, let's use, we're only, like, this is my philosophy of colored pencils. You try to minimize what you're going to use. because you're gonna get overwhelmed. All right, so if I use uh 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, and I put it here, and we'll say that's 3, and then next up we're gonna use 22. Let's keep this out. 22. And 22 is 22 is this one. Which is an orange and brown. Okay, good. Um, I think we should probably go to 21 as well as a darker color. We do the whole toad in these colors, and then I've got a white colored pencil here as well. Um, 3, 22, 21. Let's put 23 in there for the eye. So 23 is our darkest. All right. Now for the background, we're going to leave the background blank for right now. And eventually we'll come in and do something else. I'm not good at colored pencils. I follow a lot of tutorials. So, whoops. My understanding of the technique is to sort of like you start from light and then you blend into darker and darker and darker. Then you blend back out the opposite direction, darker to light. You get a good, your gradient fills and stuff. And then I like to do this thing, which I consider to be scumbling, which is where you start to, you know, put darker texture on there. I'm not sure that's going to work, but we're going to try it. Because it's already got this kind of scumbling is built into the color here, seemingly. Also, my pencil lines are going to be stuck on here too. I almost think. All right. I'm not going too hard. And finally, there's a good chance that I am going to completely fail at this. Oh, by the way, let's put the rest of these away for right now, so they don't tempt us. So we don't get tempted to put in extra colors that we aren't gonna be totally digging. All right, let's make sure. If I have it here, I can actually zoom in a bit. All right. Yeah. So I've kind of put in a little bit of this yellow. Whoops. Problem is you can't really see it. All right. There's that. There's that. Opacity is a question I have. I don't like this stray pencil line up here. Hey, Mr. Cable. I'm gonna put you over here. Round and round. All right. I'm tempted to just like go right in and go in hard, and I know you're not supposed to do that, so I'm gonna avoid doing that. I'm switching the pencil in my hand. Also, I'm turning it. I don't know if you can see that where I'm, because I know there's different, like the different planes of this pencil have different colors in them or different mixtures, and that's what I want. I want to have different mixtures. All right, 22 is the next one, and we're just gonna go from right over the yellow. Should not be like to where I can see the individual lines. All right. I'm looking at it and it almost goes all the way to white along that yellow ridge, but I've got white as one of my colors, one of my potentials. I think it goes back to yellow at this point because I should be practicing my Duolingo, or I just started this thing called Tandem, which is kind of fun. Um, you can't do Tandem if you're shy though. So what Tandem is you register for it, and you're like, if you're studying a language, they'll find somebody who speaks that language that's studying your language. Somebody, so for example, for me, I'm studying Spanish. Somebody who speaks English and is studying, or speaks Spanish but is studying English, and they make you like chat partners, and you practice conversational stuff, and it's super interesting, and I think I learn a lot that way. Like camioneta, I did not know that's a truck. We were talking about vehicles, 'cause that's one of the things that's been on my mind. And um oh, and one of the other things we were talking about colors, and I didn't know the color purple, morada, morada. So I had to learn that. Now, according to Duolingo, I did learn morada at one point, and I actually remember the lesson because Lily always wanted to buy a morada um, shirt or something like that, like a T-shirt. Camiseta. Okay, now we're going to get to our darkest colors, and I think the darkest colors for this Mr. Toad here are kind of these stripes. And remember, I'm not trying to go hard, even though that's what I want to do. Like, I could go in and just get really saturated. All right. Underneath the toad, it's very likely to be darker, right? So let's go and Well, I better watch out, huh? Okay. I know I'm going a little bit harder on the outlines here, and the reason is I can't see what's going on with Mr. Toad. I think next I might draw some dinosaurs. All right, and then we also have our darkest shades are underneath the toad, but we also have some gray that we can use, which we're going to use for that. Now, this is like a desert toad. He's kind of a sandy toad sitting on some sand. So let's go ahead and darken up the line here. All right, let's see if we can shade down the gray. Now it's gray around his eyes. It's gray down below. What have I got going on here? Right under his leg there, it gets real dark. Actually, it gets dark right around his most undersided area. The toughest thing, you know, for me to wrap my head around with colored pencils is I don't understand how I can do this without an outline. I need to see what I'm doing, and so I'm kind of faking in an outline when I see one, and um, I'm tempted to put in all this texture. He's got this knobbly um, skin, which I think is going to be super important. But we're not there yet. Okay, so now we're going to go backwards. We're going to go back to the brown, which is 21. This better be 21. Yes. Today I did not look at at used cars. I have this interest in getting a car, and I've been, kind of obsessively checking the websites that have all the used cars on them, like that. I'm a AAA member, so like the AAA True Car buying site, um, and then the Carvana and CarMax. Carvana is shutting down, I hear. Now we could use our blending medium on this, but I'm kind of enjoying where we're going so far. And, once we get down all the way back down to the lightest color, which is where I would pull out the blending medium and then kind of like, start blending with a tortillon. Um, tortillon. I'm gonna forego that and leave it kind of rough blended. But I'm gonna go ahead and put in probably some like mid-tone textures or something as outlines. In fact, I'm already kind of doing that, although this one didn't show up. Okay. The other option, of course, is burnishing, which you can do with a white pencil, which I have right there. Let's go to the yellow. We're going progressively harder. All right, he's coming along. Our yellow desert frog is coming along pretty good. I almost want to, so, and this is comes from being an inker. I always want to go, oh, well, let me do some outlines. Let me get out my black pen and I'll just do some outlines. And I've got to do some black anyways, like some real dark black on that eye, because that eye's got to come out, right? I'm actually kind of liking this tone. Also, nothing says you have to burnish with the white pencil. I mean, there's certain areas where if you burnish with a white pencil, it doesn't work, and there's certain areas where it definitely does work. I found out the hard way. I actually like my results, but my very first scene was I did like a space scene with with stars and swooshes of color. Not the one I just showed you, but another one. And um, then I went over it with white to burnish it, and it didn't come out great. I'll tell you what. I mean, it dulled down all the darkest parts of space that I wanted to focus on. All right. This tape is looking redundant and unnecessary, but I am going to draw a background, so we're going to need it. Although I could have waited. All right, let's get that eye in. Oh, I'm not getting any real black anymore. Could it be I've flattened down the tooth of the paper? It was pretty flat paper to begin with. Oh, there's his nose. I finally just noticed it. All right, he's not very sharp, this pencil. How will I deal with it? Hang on. I got a couple of options. This is not one of them. I have I have an option. Hang on. I know it's around here somewhere. I've got this Stabilo sharpener for my um, Stabilo 2-in-1s. Let's see if it works. Let's just say it does not work. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. I have another option. Option number 2. We never run out of options here. I just need my thing here. Oh, here it is. The knife. I could probably use a different light on this guy. I'm sure Koh-I-Noor makes a suitable sharpener. And it could be that these are just designed for little kids, and so it doesn't even come with a sharpener. It's like when you sharpen it, you're out of luck. That's sharper. I didn't get it all in my little can. Okay. One to get his nose. There it is. All right. His eye is dark. Oh, there we go. We're getting some dark stuff here. There's kind of a ridge line that goes alongside of his body for a ways. Okay. Now here's what I said I promised I was gonna do. I'm I'm gonna just use this dark color. I hope I'm not really killing this. And we're gonna draw our texture over the top. Actually, I want to get. We don't have to go all in black either. We can go with a brown texture. And this to me is scumbling. Like I've seen different versions of scumbling, where some people say, "Oh, it's just the scribbling part." I think there's more to it. And then we're just gonna burnish a little bit. So there's plenty of burnishing room. We could gotten away with a lot more than I did. See, it seems very soft focus. Let's see. Well, he's not the best little toad, but he's a toad. All right. I don't think we're going to go over the white for the burnishing, but I think we need to do something for the background. So, first of all, let's give him a little bit more yellow. And then the orange. And then the darkest color. It's very drab. I think I liked the way I did my mushrooms better because I at least had some bright colors in there. They had kind of a model appearance. Okay, do I surrender and get out the tortillon? I think it's a possibility if I can find it. It is around here somewheres. This is my biggest problem is disorganization. I'm very disorganized lately. Ah, all right. I can't find it. Oof. I think I did keep one in my, well, let's see if I kept one in the kit. The answer is no. I've got a couple of possibilities here. Oh, there's probably one in this kit. There is. Okay. Meat back on the menu. All right. Now, so this is a tortillon. I'm thinking I'm going to leave him kind of sharp. Not that he is sharp. He's not very sharp at all, actually, when you look at him. And I don't have very sharp pencils. But I have the ability to kind of like um, go really, you know, see, this is all the different colors. This is the same pencil. And I'm just turning it a little bit to get the different tones. So at one point it was completely orange. We're just getting a pattern. There's the orange side. And we put the tape on here for a reason. We're going to go all the way to the tape. But I think it's got enough colors already. Like I don't need more than one pencil to do this background because I think it's going to just all blend together. And on my second run, like my second layer, I'm going to reverse directions. Part of me is slightly regretting I didn't choose a more colorful subject than this yellow toad in the desert against a brown and orange background. But it is what it is. Okay. All right, here we go. I know this looks a little lame, but wait till it's a couple layers in. I almost want to blend with another contrasting color, but there's three colors in this one color. So it shouldn't be too painful. I could even do the burnishing with the yellow, like the lighter yellow, over this. Another possibility. I've been watching a lot of like colored pencil YouTube. There's a whole world of people doing colored pencils, and some people are like really good. Okay, so now we've got all of that, and it's all kind of going in one direction. Let's go the opposite direction. We're going to go this way. I'm not going too hard on it. I'm just maybe I should move this a little bit. All right. Now in the end, I'm just going to get this brown and orange slosh. That's what my fear is. I'm trying to be very random where I color so that the the tones that are in this pencil go all over the place, and spread out so that they're not just all in one place. All right, let's move this aside. This is as much an experiment as it is a demo of these silly Koh-I-Noor magic pencils. I wonder if they still sell them on Amazon. I'll have to go check. I've definitely gotten a couple of lame art products on Amazon before. A lot of gray in there, like smudgy dark gray. I don't know if I like that. Okay, so now we've got plenty of orange going vertical and plenty going horizontal. And I'm not stressing my wrist out. I'm just kind of, we're giving this a base color line. There's a lot of, all right. So I think what we need to do is we need to go horizontal again. All right. All right. Let's go with for the bright red yellow. Varnish this in. All right, in the world of backgrounds, I think we're achieving some depth, some layering at least. It certainly feels like it. If you put your hand on this, it feels like wax. Like, and I'm regretting I didn't get a nice contrasting color. Maybe it's not too late. I can contrast this with a red or a purple. Purple might be the way to go for a shade. Do I have a purple? Which one looks purple? Hang on. 12. All right. Best laid plans. the smell of wax colored pencils and just waxy things in general, like crayons, kind of brings back memories of being a elementary school kid. I don't think I have anywhere that purple's going to take hold in this picture. I mean, I could go it around this white area, but I kind of like the white area as it is. All right, so let's do this. We have a tortillon. We have Gamsol. Um, we can start back here and just blend it all together. And that way we'll leave the toad nice and sharp. Well, he's not sharp. That'll leave the toad sharper and the background blurry, which seems like a good trade-off. I'm just looking for ways that it can contrast better. Oh, we can definitely smudge the shadow too. The shadow needs to be smudged. Oh, the purple does come out a little bit more when you smudge it, huh? It almost makes me want to put down another layer of this, the brighter yellow. Maybe what I'll do is I'll outline in purple. Uh, okay, let's try it. All right. All right, let's try it again. All right, let's get an upper. And my go-to tactic is the white gel pen to do an outline. Let's Let's see what happens. I have a white color. I mean, I have the white pencil right here, but this is white charcoal. Hmm. No, that's not what I was looking for. Oh, and they were right here the whole time. White pen, white pen. No, I got one. I got a white Posca. So I got a stack of white pens right over there, but I don't want to open them up. I'm trying to be frugal. Oh, it's my Uli pen. Uli might be an option here. Instead of going with a white outline, I could go with a black outline. Well, it kind of seems to work. I mean, it's one of those things. What am I doing? Does this even showing? Like, all right, hang on. All right. Nice sharp outlines, and unfortunately, I'm afraid I might have just smudged it a bit over there. Let's hope that I can overcome that. All right. All right. Shall we go for the white pen? Do we have to? Can can I find it? Well, the answer is maybe. My problem is I know I've got plenty of white pens. Ooh, the Signos. My Signos are a bit old and they do die. So, but let's try it, okay? So it's right here. If it's alive, it's alive. Oh, it's alive. Oh, this Signo is alive. So if it is, that's a pretty good um, testimonial because I know I bought this guy while we were still in the lockdowns in 2020. That's when I had my sort of artistic awakening, really. And I had extra money to buy art supplies. Almost like a sticker. All right, I like them. We like them. We're going to take the tape off now. Now, taking the tape off of this paper is a crapshoot. I've noticed that it sometimes rips. So we're going to be real careful. But look at a nice line. Oh, there it goes. There's a rip. I'm like heating it up to hope that it. I don't know if it's going to rip or not. Okay. It leaves a nice straight line though. That's for sure. All right. So that's on the tape rip. So if you don't have any washi tape and you thought, okay, well, I don't want to use washi tape because I'm not a young otaku girl. You should get it. It's better than masking tape in a lot of ways because it comes in all kinds of different sizes. If you want a little bit more, it doesn't have to have patterns or anything on it. I've got plain old blue here, and I like it. Oh no 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 no! Let's rip from the other side. Well, it's almost like a painting, isn't it? A colored pencil painting. This is what's gonna keep me motivated to do comics because I'm gonna be like, well, I'm not good at that stuff, but at least I can make comics. Oh, there it's ripping. Well, that's looking okay. You know, I'm liking the look of it. I almost want to put some more texture in it. I can't help it. It's part of me. Just it's I want to be inking everything all the time, sharpening up the texture. I'm not really a painter. I mean, I like watercolor painting, but I have the same instinct there too. Oh yeah, how's it going? It's my toad. I think we're just gonna sign it and then let it go. Try not to overwork your stuff, Peter. I almost want to use some white on his little pebbly back to give it a highlight. So much fucking by. All right, let's try and get the. Let's do a highlight layer. Put a little bit of white here. All right, we almost got him. I wonder if we could do some like bokeh dots in the background, but I don't think it would really match this picture. I'm just trying to think of a good pattern that we could put in there. We could always do like stencil too. I think we're just gonna let it be. Let it be what it is. It's just a toad. Absolutely, you too. Thanks so much. That was Dee Dee coming by. Everybody should check out Dee Dee's channel, Dee Dee Inkywell. I forgot which days she streams. I think it's Thursdays, I believe. It should be posted up there. She should have. It's like a 3-hour stream in the morning. I catch it sometimes when I'm at work, so I don't get to see a lot of it. Unless nothing's going on. Great to be home on a Friday, though. Tell you what. So, I think we rescued this frog picture because colored pencil alone, it just doesn't do it, or I'm not good enough at it to make it work. Oh, hello. Am I out of ink? Did my uli die? Or did I just get wax on it? It's very likely I just got wax on it. Okay. I got the uli. This was still good. I still got this during the lockdown, but I've since maintained it. Like I go in and um cleaned it up and changed the ink cartridge out, and I can't even remember what ink I have in here now. I'm really into fountain pens. All right. All right, he's a friendly little toad. Let's do a little signature. I could dip it in this Gamsol, maybe. Oh no. Build my Gamsol! I was just hoping that would clean my pen up. All right. I think that does have a paper towel. Or it'll just dry up. I did this once before where I spilled something. Yeah, it does leave a stain. I spilled something on the wasp here. And what did I spill here? On the back side of my galaxy painting. Now, the thing about sketchbooks is they're just for fun and learning. And then maybe somebody later on will discover you after you're dead and go, this guy was a genius. Not to be my fate. This guy was ahead of his time. Everyone's trying to get this exact look, and he had it in 2023. Um, very unlikely. Very unlikely. We're gonna try this anyways. Let's try it with this one. First of all, this is a fountain tip, and it's also using Diatramentus Archive ink. So I will find him. There we go. Toad. All right, that's it for my that's it for my live stream. I hope you liked it. These were very fun. They are Koh-I-Noor magic pencils. Um, I don't know if you've ever seen such a thing. Um, and yeah, you can make some interesting artwork with them. I think in the end, let's call it a personal failing of mine. I had to go in with some white ink and some black ink um, to make it look cool. But I enjoyed the effect, and this is very cool. And I think this will look good in my sketchbook. So very cool. I'm gonna keep doing color, but I think I will end the stream. Thanks so much for dropping by. Thanks to Dee. Anybody else? Um, keep on rocking.